Okay, what's up guys? I am back with another video. Yes, I'm in the black shirt basic hat right now because it's my day off. I've been chilling, I've been doing errands all day like a young adult would do. And I was going through my comments on my last couple of videos and someone had commented that, you know, can I do a video on the Sudan crisis, what's going on, kind of give you guys information about that. I'm going to do the best of my ability because basically some of the news here has just started picking it up. So I know a couple people have explained it in their separate videos on YouTube, the platform. So I'm going to explain it the best way I can. Basically, Sudan is going through a governmental crisis right now. Their leader, Bashir Assad, I hope I got the name right. He literally was in reign for over 30 years, and they've finally gone to step down. The people want democracy, but the thing is what happens in that when there's world leaders, and this happens a lot in African countries. It's happened in my native Congo. That's still happening. Basically, when a leader has been in office for X amount of years, past the expected term, which is usually about 5 or 6 years, and the max is 2 terms, they will outstay their term and basically kind of turn the democracy into an oligarchy, which is basically a dictatorship of itself. In this situation with Sudan, when they got the old president out, the people wanted democracy, but the military took over along with people who were working alongside Hussein. And basically, these people, along with the military, have basically taken over the government. They're blocking elections, and people are protesting, and the government and military are basically responding with violence, and it is terrible over there. There have been reported over 1,000 people have died so far. Over 100 women have been reported being sexually assaulted and treated at hospitals. Children are dying. There was this one story going viral on Twitter about a 6-year-old getting assaulted by a gang, and it was disgusting, and it broke my heart. And people keep asking, why isn't the U.S. or the Western media covering it? Yes, Europe is, but Western media, we don't. This happens so many times. The same thing that happened with the whole Libya's slave trade a couple years ago, and, you know, in the situation with Congo and Joseph Kabila. The American soil media doesn't cover it and make it a concern unless it affects us. And the thing is, Africa has a lot of our resources that we need. Gold, silver, aluminum, oil, crude oil, all that's over there in Africa. So when it comes to the point where there's a depletion or a shortage, or the government wants to basically kind of hold hostage some of those resources because we're involved in trading, then that's when they'll actually get it on the news. I just saw a report on the Daily Briefing on ABC. They actually started covering it. That was the only thing I've seen so far. And this crisis has been going on for the last 2 months. It's recently gotten traction here this week, and people are speaking about it. If you can donate it. You can donate. There's a GoFundMe going around that was set up by someone who's part of an organization that helps refugees in Europe. I know people are trying to leave, and I know it may sound easy, like, why can't you just go? Y'all, immigrating out of an African country into somewhere in Europe to seek refuge, it's not an easy feat. Let me tell you, back in the 90s, I remember when my mom, my aunt, my auntie Bubby, when they came over here, this was right after the Rwandan genocide. I know a lot of Rwandans came into Congo, and I don't know, my mom, she told me the story. She knew that something was going to happen. She knew, because Congo had already dealt with like governmental problems, and some of the militia had actually snuck into the country as refugees and tried to take over Congo. So her and her sister left. My dad came a year later once he got his papers together. Her little sister, and her little brother, my aunt and my uncle, both came over and just started, you know, the family just started coming over left and right. To this day, I'm thankful for her making that decision to go, because if we had stayed, I honestly don't think I'll be alive to do what I do. I wouldn't have been, God knows what would have happened to me. And I think about that every day, and I'm thankful that my parents took me to Congo at 8 years old and showed me this other part of the world and made me realize how fortunate I am and how humble I am to have what I have now, the roof over my head, the food in my house, the bed that I sleep in, you know, the access to healthcare, the right to actually get an education, the right to vote. I mean, yeah, right now America's kind of in a tailspin right now, but really people got it a lot more worse over there. Like, honestly, whenever I hear people complain about small stuff, about like, oh, not getting a phone, not getting this car, or just little things like getting a ticket, or just like something happening with their house, I'm like, look, this may be happening right now, but be God, you actually get to drive. Some people in countries don't allow women to drive. Be lucky you have food on your table, because some kids don't even get to eat every day. I mean, be lucky you have access to healthcare, because a lot of people, they don't even have healthcare in their areas. Like, seriously, that's why the population's so big, because they have no sexual education, no birth control, no access to being treated by doctors. And it's just a whole global continental problem that's still going. Oh, man, I'm trying not to get emotional here. My God. Okay, so, I didn't really plan this out. This is really just like spur of the moment, unplanned, unedited. So if you want to help in any way, you can donate. I'll try to find a link to the GoFundMe page. I'll post it in the comments down below. If you're not able to donate, just continue spreading the word of what's going on. You know, there's so many people posting about it. I've continued to post about it every day. And also, I'm working on a small project that I've been putting together the last couple of months to send stuff over to Congo. I'll make another video about that later this week. But, yeah, that's my little run through of the whole Sudan crisis going on. If you're not familiar with this kind of thing going on in other countries, I recommend you watch Hotel Rwanda. The full movie is on YouTube somewhere, the last time I checked. It's basically based off the true experience of someone who helped save refugees during the Rwandan genocide when it was going on. It stars Don Cheadle, and, you know, really it's very educating, because this stuff that happened then is still happening right now in other countries. So, this is your girl. Peace out. More love, and stay blessed.